reaction against Duke? Obviously got blessed with 2 touchdowns right off the bat.
I was just blessed with the opportunity. My number was called, so just went in there and just did my job.
And then you had an injury, right? That kind of limited your availability the first couple of weeks. Is that right?
Yeah, I was dealing with a hand injury, but doing a lot better now. So I was able to continue to keep working and then work into where I could carry the ball and be able to protect it.
What was it like doing your job out there and having the success you had?
It's all about preparation. So throughout the week, you just know you got to prepare as if you're going to get into the game, regardless of what position you're at, where you are in the depth chart. So it's kind of just focusing in on the game plan and trying to stick to it, and then being able to execute when I got on the field.
After you scored your first touchdown, did you have to get the ball from the official, or what did you do there in order to...
Yeah, because Kamari Morales, he always told me, once you score, make sure you get the ball. So I scored. I didn't even know what to think, really. So I was just so excited. So I threw the ball to the ref, and I was like, wait, I need to get the ball. So I went back to the ref, and I was like, I'm sorry, I need this. I grabbed it from him and then took it to the sideline. So.
You hold it pretty tight when you went like this.
Yeah. I was like, no one's taking this. I got to give it straight to J-Bone.
So you were apologizing to him?
Yeah, I was, because he's like, no, you can't take it. I was like, I need this.
What did the ref say? Did he say anything?
Yeah, he's like, you can't take this. I was like, I need it.
Any other interactions with that?
Nah.
I think he kind of figured it out.
Yeah, I think he kind of figured it out. I was pretty excited.
So when you were out, the rotation was we saw a lot of Marion, a lot of Caleb, and some DJ, George a little bit. And what was your thoughts when you were kind of obviously not playing a lot, and they were getting run, and it almost seemed like you were the odd man out in the running back room? Was that tough, or did you know you were going to get back and get things cooking, or what?
It's just all about just staying patient, I believe in my game. I believe in the work that I put in. So just being able to stay patient. We have a great, talented running back room, and I felt like all of us would get an opportunity at some point during the season because, with the running backs, there's injuries, there's a lot of things that can happen. So everyone that's next man up, everyone has to be prepared as if they're going to play in the game. So that was kind of my mentality towards it. Find ways to help the team. I played a lot of special teams, so trying to find ways I can impact the game on special teams. And then if there comes a time when my name's called at running back, being able to step into the role and fulfill all the responsibilities that we have.
And then what's going on now in that room? It seems like it's kind of reshuffled a little bit. You were mentioned on Monday by Coach Longo about being one of the 2 or 3 guys that's going to be the main guys moving forward.
Yeah, it's just it's going to take all of us in the room, It's a team effort, so whenever our number's called, all of us are capable. All of us are able to execute the game plan. So however that plays out, that's how it's going to play out.
Elijah, you talk about the depth chart. We got it right here. There's 5 names right here. You're fifth in the order. Is that something you tried not to look at earlier in the year when those guys are ahead of you? Did you just try not to even focus and think there's 4 dudes ahead of me? How did you approach just that aspect of being fit in line?
I just tried not to pay attention to that kind of stuff. You got to have self-confidence in yourself and believe in your capabilities, and all those things are kind of going to sort itself out, I believe. So it's just kind of staying patient, like I said, and continuing to work, continue to get better, because, there's a reason that I wasn't given some opportunities in the beginning, because I needed to get better and I needed to work on some things. So kind of focusing on what I needed to work on and continue to improve on that so I would be able to get another opportunity.
Was there a moment in practice, I guess, leading into the Duke game? It seemed like you'd been performing well in practice and they said, all right, we're going to throw him in there and give him a shot. Was there a moment in practice where you felt like you had maybe a breakthrough or something where you're like, all right, I'm going to be able to carry the ball some in the Duke game? Was there anything like that?
Not necessarily. I just did what I always do, just go out and try to practice hard, do everything I can out on the field, and it kind of just lined up. I had if someone told me that I was going to score 2 touchdowns in the Duke game the day before, I'd have been like, you're crazy. But I guess God had a different plan, and everything worked out.
With the way that Drake's playing, if you guys get the running game going, how good can this football team be?
The sky's the limit to this team. We continue to improve every single week. So I'm really excited about the direction that this program's going, and especially our offense. We're continuing to put different pieces together. A lot of guys are stepping up. So I'm really excited about how this offense is going to be in the future.
do you feel like in your skill set is a little bit different than the other four backs? Like what do you bring unique kind of to when you're in the game?
I pride myself, I'll say I'm the fastest running back in the room. I know we always have a ton of debate, me and George and DJ and all of us are always debating who's the fastest running back in the room. So I'll say I feel like I'm the fastest running back in the room, and I try to use my speed to my strength and be able to make decisions. And, all of us have amazing qualities that make us special backs, or we wouldn't be here. So just trying to use my skill set and do what I can to be able to put myself in a position to make plays.
And you mentioned the things you had to work on. What were the things that you wanted to work on?
Specifically, just pass protection, being able to, understand a lot of that, and then also just working on route running, catching out of the backfield, and just having more confidence in myself and my usage in the offense.
Did you hurt the thumb in the preseason?
It happened at Florida A&M game.
Okay, so it was in the game.
Yeah.
How much did it hammer you?
Well, I had a cast on for a good minute,
Mike
and
said that even though you said you couldn't really run the ball at the time, I guess, but he said that you insisted on staying on special teams, finding a way to help the team. You alluded to that a minute ago. Can you expand on that now, sort of maybe how that conversation went when you couldn't partake in the running back room so much, but you could help on special teams?
yeah, or just the injury obviously hindered my ability to be able to run the ball, so I had to find another way that I can impact the game, and that way was on special teams. I've worked a lot on special teams in the last couple of years and have finally been able to find a role on special teams because I believe that is really important, especially trying to play at the next level. You got to be to have those special teams in your armor. So just continuing to get better with that and being able to find ways that I can kind of get around not being able to use my hand, and it all worked out. So.
Have you gotten any good advice or advice that resonates with you about when you weren't getting as much playing time? Like, did anyone tell you anything where you're like, all right, those are some wise words. I need to listen to that?
One thing specifically is my dad. He's a great mentor to me, and he always has a lot of words of encouragement. And there's these 5 words that he says, like persistence, consistency, dedication, perseverance, and control. And those are kind of the 5 words that I live off of. And essentially, he kind of kept on reminding me those things. There's going to be trials and tribulations. There's going to be setbacks. Things are not going to go to your way, but if you're persistent, consistent, continue to have dedication and continue to work on your game, persevere through anything, but then also have the control to, control your emotions, control your positivity, control your outlook when these trials and tribulations come, to be able to use that as fuel to keep on pushing through. So definitely my dad.
What do you see as the biggest difference of this last year and this year?
I just feel like we had a whole mood shift for the whole team. I mean, all of us are so close together, and we're all playing like it. Like, you see how the defense has turned around, and the offense, there's a lot of cohesion between us. And I feel like there's a lot of leadership on this team that was not as much last year. Guys are now speaking out more. Guys are holding each other accountable and holding themselves accountable. And I feel like all those different pieces, I know Coach Brown talks a lot about having a player-led team. You don't want to be coach-led because, if it's coach-led, then you're not going to be able to win a championship. But having a player-led team, everyone can pull together, coach themselves, and have the best outcome in the end. So.
You guys good?
Great stuff.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.